now that we understand the foundation for Diamond and the need to sponsor 20 people left and 20 people right, well, obviously we need a list to do that. It's been said network marketing is a contact sport, and without a list, we're already out of business. You know, I like to make my lists on paper, and even if you're carrying your list around in a $2 Office Depot notebook, you have to understand that your list is a lot more valuable than the sheets of paper. It's been said that a list of 200 names or more is worth 100 to 200,000 a year in network marketing residual income. So you have to treat it like diamonds, precious gems, or gold. Your list is that valuable. Why? Because on any given list of 200 names, there are 40 or more people that are going to join you in business, and there are really 3 to 4 diamond legs. So you have to understand that your list is almost like a treasure map. So your list, first of all, it's never been easier in this day and age to build a list. We used to just have to do memory joggers or flip through the yellow pages. Now today with smartphones, most people have 100, 200 contacts, or a minimum of 50. So I get a kick out of people who come into the business, and I hope you're not saying this to me, well, I just don't know anyone. And most of the time thinking, I don't know anyone who would be right for this business, who would want to do this business, who'd be good at this business. Well, that's mind reading and predicting. Ask yourself this, did you ever think you'd be doing a business like this? You know, I didn't, yet we're all here. And we have big dreams and goals because someone helped me uncover them just like someone helped you uncover them because you saw the plan. So your list, you know, start with your cell phone contacts, and then look at your Facebook account and find out which people are real friends. Get to know some of them that are just acquaintances, because obviously if you know, I don't know, I've got 500 or so friends on Facebook, but I couldn't say that I actually know 450 of them. So, but it's a good way to build your list. The other thing you want to focus on your list is start with people that you care about. Who do you want to take with on this journey? I mean, you're looking for people that you want to travel and walk on the beaches of the world with and go have fun with, because as you go up in success, you've got to take some people with you. You know, there's a saying that says, friends do what friends do. So as you build your list, ask yourself questions. Who is somebody that I know that has a good track record? You want to find somebody really good for your business, find somebody who already does good at what they do and they have a track record of success. They may have not made a lot of money, but their character demonstrates a track record of success. Who do you know who's warm, open, easy to talk to? Who do you know who's industrious? Who do you know is your butcher, your barber, your baker? Go through different categories of professions. Who are your next door neighbors? I mean, not the ones that live next to you now. I'm sure you've been in another house before. Who were they? Also, it's important to be constantly adding to your list. You know, you may not be able to sit down and jot out 200 names right away, and I'm going to tell you why we need 200 names. But as you go and you're just living your life and going about your day, for example, you know, I was in Bend, Oregon, and I met a guy who, you know, sold us tires for my wife's car. Very personable. I collected his card. I met somebody who was a personal trainer that I bumped into at the grocery store. I met somebody who detailed my wife's car. I met somebody who is an insurance agent. So these are all people, they may not pitch right on the spot, but they're people whose names I collect, and I'm always looking for something. What does this person have that I like about them, and would they be a good fit for my business? The thing you have to know about your list is we're not going to sell the people on your list. This process of working your list in the business is a process of sorting, kind of like trying to find the 4 aces in a deck of cards. And the 4 aces on your list of 200 will set you free financially for the rest of your life. But we can't flip over a 3 of spades and get bummed out, or next flip over a joker, because there's a couple of those in the deck too. So the process of building your list and working your list, you have to understand it's a mathematical, mechanical, and methodical process. You know, we talked about earlier building on a foundation for Diamond and the need to sponsor 40 people. Well, in my history, in my business, and what I've seen in other people's business, that for every 5 people that you show the business to, you will reasonably expect to sponsor 1 person. So I don't know if any of you are math geniuses, but this is really simple. It's a very mechanical, methodical process. If you have a list of 200 names that you expose people to through the business building cycle, which we're going to be talking about next, Well, a sponsoring rate of 1 out of 5 is 20%. And 20% of 200 is 40. And 40 gives you 20 left and 20 right, and that's your foundation for Diamond, right? By methodically taking each person from your list and introducing them to the business through the cycle that we're going to talk about, you don't have to wonder or worry, how am I going to get this person? How am I going to get that person? Because there's a thing called the law of averages that will save you. The other thing about your list is it does have to be big, and you want to encourage the people that you sponsor to make a big list. And there's other reasons just for this. If people operate from a short list of, say, they've only got 10 people, well, what happens, they're new at this business and they talk to the first 5 and the first 5 say no. Well, what happens is your mind goes into desperation mode saying, oh my gosh, I've only got 5 names left and then I'm out of business. What am I going to do then? So what happens is like, well, I'm going to save these 5 until I get really good at this, and then I can be successful. Well, see, that's the wrong attitude. If you have a list of 200 and 5 say, I'm not interested, you know what? You got 195 more to go. And that's right. Are you going to hear some no's or not interested? Sure you are. You know, matter of fact, out of 200 people, 160 are probably not going to join you. But that's okay. It's not painful. It's just a sorting process we're looking to identify. So look at your list as like, this is almost like a treasure hunt where you're looking for your diamonds, the people that want to run with you. Now let's talk about, well, we have a list. What do we do with the list? And we're going to talk about that by let me teach you the business building cycle. So here's the magic question. How is it that somebody comes from a name on a sheet of paper or a smartphone that becomes a distributor that eventually becomes a business builder and possibly a leader in a diamond leg in your organization where you're earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and so are they? Well, think about the process of how you became a distributor. And there may be some exceptions to the rule, but for most people, this is how we come into the business. This is called the business building cycle. And this is where you're going to live in your business 80% of the time. This is how you put your business in a success rhythm. It starts with a list. And you're watching this, you know what? You were on somebody's list. Even if it wasn't written down, it was probably on somebody's mental list. And the first thing that happens is somebody contacts you to share an exciting product or a business. So think about this. You were on somebody's list, somebody probably contacted you. Well, the next step in the business building cycle is they asked you to see the product, or more importantly, they asked you to see the plan. What's the plan? Well, the plan for financial success, you probably saw a flip chart. They probably talked to you about your dream circles and either, shrinking your dream circle or expanding your income circle, but you saw the plan. At that point, you either signed up there on the spot, which we could skip this step, but a lot of people, they need more information. They need to talk it over with the spouse or a partner or look at their finances to see if they can get in the business. And they would follow up with you. So they would follow up and say, hey, you're either a 1, 2, or 3. You're ready to get started right now and you're excited about what you've seen. You're not sure if the business is right, but you're definitely interested in the product, or I just need a little information to make a decision on both. Well, if you're still with me, the next step was they enrolled you in the business, where they signed you up like the basics at the beginning. You got yourself on a 200-point order and you set yourself on auto ship. And then the next session, where you're doing it with me right now, is to get started. So even though I'm not with you in person or in your living room, you've come full circle to step number 5, which is get started. This is the process of how we build 20 left and 20 right. And again, this is a mechanical process. It's not wondering or worrying about who's going to see it. If only I could get Carol, if only Bill could see it, he'd be great at this. Well, that's up for them to decide. The process is one of sifting and sorting. So with your list, here's how the cycle works. We take Bob, Sue, Frank, John, Joanne, and we contact them, invite them. They see the plan, follow up, some enroll, we get started. Now, for every 5 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times around what I call the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to spin off a new distributor. And then we take 5 more people through, asking them to take a look, 3, 4, 5. And guess what? Because we know, worst case scenario, 1 out of 5 are going to join. I'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. As your skills increase, it's possible that you'll see 2 or 3 out of 5. We take 5 more from the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we kick off another distributor. What we've done by simply exposing a certain number of people on the business and showing the plan on a regular basis, this is how we start building. And you know what happens now is these people here enter the phase of getting started, where they build their list of 200 and they start spinning off new distributors. And this is how exponential growth occurs. So the process of this, by simply taking the names from your list, and you can do it as fast as you want or as slow as you want. I don't know about you, but if it's the first quarter of the year and I want to find my 4 aces, I want to flip through my 52 cards to find my 4 aces faster than possible. Because I don't know how the deck is stacked, but I want to have all that time the rest of the year to create momentum with the 4 people that I identify as builders. So this is the business building cycle, and as someone who is your sponsor in your upline, they're going to be initially walking you through the steps, so you don't have to fear. There are people to help you. Even if you're in an area by yourself and you have to step up at a faster pace and be the leader, there's plenty of people and tools and technology to help you with this process. And we're going to show you how we do this by taking action with the name on your list, and how we work this together as business partners in success. Well, let's go ahead and take the time to put what we've learned so far into action. Now, obviously, we don't have time to sit down and build a whole list of 200 with you, but I'm going to encourage you to fill out the first 20 in the Get Started manual and fill out those first 20 spaces. And it's best if you have the time to do it right now to go ahead and pause and do that. If not, just realize that your list, like I said, you have to have your list to be in business. So what are we going to do with this list? Well, if you remember back to the business building cycle, the first thing is contact and invite. And my first goal for you to get you on the right track, remember how I said this is a stepping stone from 1 left and 1 right to eventually going 5 left, 5 right, 10 left, 10 right. Well, our first goal, and preferably I like to do this within the first 4 to 5 days, the first week you're in the business. And if you're really a go-getter and hungry and you really want to do it fast, well, the first 48 hours ideally. My first goal is to help you sponsor your first one on the left and your first one on the right. So my question is if I were working with you personally, and I'm hoping that your sponsor is with you, to help you, or maybe you're doing this on your own and you're in an area where you have to maybe step out on yourself, which, hey, I'll tell you what, it's a blessing in disguise, because you're going to be the one that's going to be the leader in your area. And if you build it, we will come. My question is out of your initial list of 20, out of all the people that you know, who are the first 4 that you could get to meet with us or to see the business just based solely on the strength of your relationship? Meaning this is a friend, a close buddy, a relative that you could say, hey, I'm building this network marketing business. I don't know if it's a fit for you, but my friend Eric, we're meeting for coffee at Starbucks. You know what? You got to see what I'm doing. It's exciting. Who are the people that you guarantee, pretty much beyond a shadow of a doubt, that says, hey, I would take a look? Now, a couple of ways. I just kind of gave you an invite. Some of your closest friends, it's easy to influence them in the business. Hey, we've been talking about doing something together. I've been looking at, where my life's at and where my goal's at. I like just being honest with people. But you just say, hey, I've been thinking about something. I really think a network marketing business is a solution. I found this product I'm really excited about. I'm not sure it's a fit, but my business partner, he's in town. I'd really like to meet you to meet with him for 20 minutes. Hey, do you have time on Thursday around 2 p.m.? So I want to teach you to invite. You want to learn the invite. Now, it may be a situation where your upline is out of town. And so you might want to say something similar. Hey, my friend and I are getting on a call and we're going over a flip chart about a business opportunity in the networking industry. From what I understand, it's phenomenal products. Hey, you're my friend, friends do what friends do. Hey, when's the time that we could get on the phone for 20 minutes just so you can see what I'm excited about? So now if I were working with you, and those of you who are watching this, I like to do this in person with my personal, usually one-on-one with them, and my goal is for us to identify the first 4 people that we're going to sign up. So our very first week, we're going to have 4 meetings, and because these are people that you have a strong relationship with, there's a good chance that we might do better than the 1 out of 5 rule based on the strength of your relationship. So these are people that we can influence them in the business. But what you want to do is, let's say that you're in an area, for example, where you're by yourself and you're not really connected, or maybe you don't have an active plugged-in upline. Well, in one of the businesses I built, that was the case for me. I was in a brand new city. I only knew 5 people in that city, so I had to be creative in building my list. I had to go out and meet people and add to my list, like I was telling you in the list building section. And until I was making $100,000 a year, my upline never came out and seen me. But was that going to stop me from my why and my freedom and my goals? No, absolutely not. I said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. So in situations where, hey, you feel like you're on your own and it's just you and the fast track training system and the get started manual, it's still okay, because you got to understand, it's not about you being a magical salesperson or being a salesperson at all. It's you using the tools, the same plan that you've seen, the same flip chart, to where even if you sit down and you mumble through it, you're going to do fine. So when you call up a friend, it's just be honest and be real. Hey, I'm excited about something. It's in the networking industry based around a phenomenal product. Hey, I want to come over for 20, 30 minutes. I want to show you. And then I always like to take away the pressure. Hey, I'm not asking you to get involved. I'm not asking you to join anything or sign up, but information is never a disadvantage. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. There are some people, like when I sign up my mom, it's like, hey mom, I need your credit card, I'm going to bless you. So, there's things I don't really have to do I don't think she's ever seen me do a flip chart. So there you go. So anyway, the action, our goal is to help you sponsor your first 2. And if you're working with your sponsor, and I'm working with you directly, here's what I want to know. I want to know who we're going to meet. So I want to ask you, well, how is it that you know this person? What's their professional background? What's their temperament like? Are they warm, open, easy to talk to? What other things have they done in their life? Do they have any health challenges? Have they done anything entrepreneurial? Then I want to know when. When's a good time that you said Tommy is one of your best friends? Well, when is a good time for Tommy to meet? I mean, what's his work schedule like? Does he have afternoons off? Does he work early in the morning, late at night? And where is his job? What part of town does he work in? Because I want to make it easy for you and your new prospect to see the plan. So we're going to go to them. So I want to know when. I also want to know, okay, when are you going to call Tommy and do the simple invite? Now listen, there's 5 different invites that are in the Get Started, which you're going to pick which is best. There's a description for each invite and why you want to use it. But because you're getting started right now, and we're talking about the first 4 people that you have influence and credibility with, we're talking about the edification invite or the business partner invite, where you're going to edify your upline and put the burden of proof and credibility credibility on them and get that introduction made, or you're going to just do the simple invite, hey, you're my friend, I'm building a networking business with a phenomenal product, not sure it's a fit, but when can we get together for 20 minutes? But you'll eventually want to learn the other invites and match those up to people on your list. So I want to know who we're meeting with, when, I want to know where, and then I want to know when you're going to call me back as my new distributor and tell me the time that we're going to meet them. So basically, your first assignment in your new network marketing business, and me being a good sponsor to keep you accountable, is for you to set up your first 4 appointments. Now, we've understood that this is a 2 to 5 year commitment. This is not get rich overnight, but the next 2 to 5 years are going to go by anyway. What else are you going to do with that extra 8 to 10 hours a week? Turn off the TV, start building your dreams in somebody else instead of somebody else's. We've learned that we have to have a compelling why. And if you haven't taken the time to write that why, well, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to stick to the business. We know that we have to have some goals. We've learned the foundation for Diamond. And why have we learned the foundation for Diamond? So you understand that you're not just going to sign up one on your left and one on your right, and the business is just going to blow out, and you wind up, with this massive organization. It just doesn't work like that, and history shows us that. So I want to set your sponsoring goals and your work ethic appropriately. This is a 40-person plan, 40 people. We talked about, well, what do we do? We have a foundation for Diamond. Well, we need a list. From our list, we've talked about what do we do with the list. And then the most important thing that we're focused on right now is the action step, where you constantly understand that, number one, I'm going to contact the people from my list. I'm going to show them the plan. We're going to follow up. We're going to enroll. And then you know what? Your new person is going to be watching this Get Started DVD with you, but what I'm going to encourage you to do is, as you master this business, you don't need to use my DVD, but you're walking them through the steps and demonstrating leadership that you've mastered this. Congratulations on your first step towards financial freedom. It's a rewarding journey. It's worth it. Make sure that you plug into the full Fast Track system so you can get all the things that are in between the lines. But as a basic right now, to get you on the fast track to success, this is the information you need. I want to encourage you to follow through and set up those first 4 meetings, and I hope to see you at one of the events. Take care. Congratulations. This is Eric Cloud.